Today we're going to talk a little bit about habits because habits are truly what lead to wellness and you being able to succeed at your goals that you have set for the new year. So a lot of resolutions have fallen off, right? We're not doing sorry about that, everything that we set out to at the beginning of the year. So the question though is, what did you create in January that allowed you to be successful now? Did you start creating habits on a daily basis that are led to your success or led to your failure, right? So supposedly, according to research, it takes 21 days. Some say 28, some say 36. There's a lot of variance, right, on what it takes to create a new habit. But I think, and I tend to agree with the author of the Atomic Habits book, James Clear, that it's the improving daily thing that is what makes habits last for a long time, right? So habits are what you do on a daily basis. A simple habit is you get up, you take a shower, you brush your teeth, however you do it in whatever order. That's a habit that you have created to care for your body so others like being around you, obviously, right? But that's a habit. We don't think about the little things like that, like simply brushing our teeth twice a day or whatever. That is a habit, right? Just like eating good food can be a habit. Exercising, 5 or 6 days a week or 7 days a week can be a habit. But you just don't jump blindly into that and say, oh, I'm going to do this for 21 days, right? And create a habit, right? It takes time and it takes repetition. And let's be realistic, we're going to fall off the wagon. So we're not going to be completely 100% going towards our goals every day, right? So we have to stop and we have to course correct, right? So if we do have something bad to eat, you have to stop, course correct the next day rather than, wait till it's Saturday. I might as well just wait till Monday and I'll start on Monday. Right? It's a matter of course correcting now. And the more you're doing that, the more habits you're going to create. Okay. So you can kind of think of habits as muscle memory for sports, right? If you've played a sport at all, you know that there's a certain muscle memory that your body has after you've done it long enough, right? So for example, my daughter's played travel softball since she was 9 years old, right? Up until now, she's a senior in high school. She hasn't played the last couple summers. But every time we go back into the batting cage, like this last Sunday, we went back into the batting cage. And on the second pitch, I thought if I didn't have a net there, she would have taken my knee off, right? But it was muscle memory that allowed her to do that. And that's what your habits are like. They're like that muscle memories that allow you to just do it without even thinking about it, okay? So how do you create these habits to do? And what does a good habit need? And what do you need to do to a bad habit, okay? So I'm going to just read right from the Atomic Habits book by James Clear. If you haven't read it, it's very good. I actually bought this for all our kids this Christmas. So how to create a good habit. How to create a good habit is you have to first make it obvious, then you have to actually make it attractive, then you have to make it easy, and then you have to make it satisfying, right? So those are the 4 things to make a good habit. How to break a bad habit is the opposite, right? So you first make it invisible. So it's your good habit overplays the bad habit, right? You make it unattractive. It's not a result that you want because our brain operates on pain and pleasure. And if it's a painful thing, we don't want to do that. Then you make it difficult. So you actually make bad habits difficult to happen, right? And then you make it unsatisfying. So a quick example of making a bad habit difficult is with food. And the way to make it a good habit easy with food is you actually prepare your food, right? You actually know what you're going to eat. You actually get it prepared. You actually cut it up and have it actually meal planned and prepped and ready to consume. So even if you do get busy, you have that all ready to go with you. And if you have it all ready to go with you, then it's difficult to make the other choice because it's already there, right? So that's the best ways to do it. So to create a good habit, you make it obvious, you make it attractive, you make it easy, and you make it satisfying, okay? And when you make it satisfying, make sure that you're not counteracting something else that you're trying to make a habit, right? So if you're trying to lose weight, don't make the reward for losing, 10 pounds in a couple weeks or whatever. Don't make the reward your favorite cheat food, right? Because that is actually counteracting your positive habits that you've created to lose those 10 pounds, right? So, and the other thing that James Clear talks about in this Atomic Habits book is literally just 1% better every day, right? He brings in lots of stories, lots of sports stories on people that just did 1% better every day, right? And we talk about this with our asthma program a lot, right? It's not just magically changing everything. It's about being 1% better tomorrow or today than you were yesterday. It doesn't seem like a lot, and it doesn't have to be a lot. When you're creating habits, you don't have to go off the deep end. Your habit and your goal should really be being better today than I was yesterday. All right. So 1% makes a huge difference. Okay. And when you compound that over a year, if you improve just 1% every day over this year, imagine how your health would be changed. Imagine how much better you would be, how much less medication you would be on, how happier you would be because you're not in pain. So that's the thing. Make today better than yesterday. Okay. And tomorrow better than today. Right. And it doesn't have to be a lot. Just 1%, just one little improvement, right? One more step, one more lap, one more mile, one more lift, 5 more pounds, whatever, right? Make sure that you make tomorrow better than you're doing today. Okay. So that's how habits are created over the long term. And that's how you get exponential results over the long term. So that's what I got for you this Wellness Wednesday. And yeah, so if you would like help with any of this, just simply reach out and message me. I get back to all my messages within a couple hours usually, no matter what day of the week it is. So just send me a message and we'll help you figure out what habits you need to create to get you to where you want to go. All right. Because we look at the whole picture and not just simply what you're dealing. All right. Have a blessed week, everybody.